What is MaxScript Online? MaxScript Online is a HTML tool programmed in JavaScript to make multi-page HTML pages easier. How do you use MaxScript Online? First, create a file. You can call this whatever you like, but this will be the template file. I will call it template.html. First, make the basic HTML structure. Now that we created the basic HTML structure, we can start adding the placeholders. What is a placeholder? A placeholder is a section where code will later on go. I'm going to make a placeholder where the header of the web page will go. You can call this whatever you want, as long as it's surrounded with this and ended in this. Now I want to make a content placeholder. This is where the content will go. Same thing, you can call it whatever you want. Now I want to make a simple navigation. Notice how we have index.html and about.html. We haven't created these pages yet. We'll create them now. First, let's create index.html. The first thing we want to do is import MaxScript Online. Import it with the script tag and use the URL for source https://as/mso.js. Now we make the body tag. Now we have to activate MaxScript Online and specify the template and placeholders. First type onload, then type MSO setup, and as parameters, first type the template name. I called my template template.html. Next, add your placeholders. The first placeholder we have here is header. The next placeholder we have is content. Now we have to specify what goes in these placeholders. First, let's start with header. You can use any tag, but I will use div. Now, make the ID. The ID has to be the same than one of the placeholders. I'm going to start with header. Now we put in here the HTML code that substitutes what goes here. I'll just put a simple title. Next, I will add what goes in the content. And this is where the code goes that will replace content placeholder. HTML can also be used. Now, I have completed for index.html. How do you run this? You can't just double click on it like you usually would with a regular file. You have to run it with on a local server. I'll use PHP. You can use a different local server, but PHP works too. Go to your local server address to see your beautiful web page. It looks pretty basic, but notice how in the index.html all we typed was my site home and bold text. My site home was typed there as regular text. In the web page, it shows up as H1 formatting. That is because this text was replaced here, and here it says H1. We can test this by adding some content in the paragraph. Reload your local server, and you notice this, my content : bold text. You only wrote my content in a template and not in index. Same thing is with the title. You can add detailed HTML here. There's no limitations. I added a full HTML table in the content. Notice how it shows up here as well. You can reuse the template for multiple HTML pages. Let's try. Let's create an about page. Copy the code from index. And try again. My site, about, or we could call it anything we want actually. Let's just call it about. We can make some nice things. and we have an about page, we can try it out. It works. Let's pretend you did not use MaxScript online and you want to change the slash to a dash. You would have to change it in every single HTML page that has the navigation. With MaxScript Online, it's just one simple click to replace the slash to the dash in the template. Reload, and there's a dash on both of your pages. You can also add CSS in the template, and that will be applied to all other pages. Give it a try. The CSS was applied to every single page automatically, quickly and efficiently. Let's try one more thing. Let's try adding a footer. At the bottom of the template, make a paragraph and in small text, you can write your copyright. Here it is down here is your copyright, and it applies immediately to all your pages. As you can see, if you want to make a change that applies to every single page, it will be extremely easy.